Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Tricky Tides. So I have set this game up as a 3-player game. You'll notice these 2 cards are flipped down. In a 4-player game, they'll be flipped back up. In a 2-player game, you would also flip over the color of card that is not being used. So there's 2 cards for each ship color. Whichever player colors are not being used, go face down. Out of the 2 cards in your player color, you will choose one of those 2 cards as your starting spot for your ship. The whole idea is you're traveling around and picking up goods to put on your ship. Your ship can hold a maximum of 7 goods. So the essence of the game is you have 8 cards to start with. Each has a different suit. Each are numbered up to 8. What you are doing is you are playing one of these cards and it will tell you which directions you can go. So if this person happened to play this card, they would be able to go south, southeast, southwest, northeast, or northwest. They would not be able to go north, east, or west. Once everyone's played their cards, what he'll do is he'll move in that direction. So let's, for example, just say he moves south. He would go south 1. Now, once he's there, he has 2 options. Either he's going to collect an animal or the card, or he's going to collect the goods. Because he has no goods to start with, he would be collecting goods. Notice he's taken everything that was white, and they go into those spots on his home board. If that player, instead of going south, came to this island, he would have a choice of taking blue or red. If he was able to go to this island, not that he is, but if he was able to get there, he could take either the 2 black or the 3 white into his boat. Now what he's got to weigh up is, what is he actually trying to catch? So you'll notice everyone has one of these cards. This information would actually be face down for a regular game, but because this isn't a regular game, there's only one player leading it, I've turned them up, but it is private information. What this is going to do is give you points at the end of the game, depending on which type of animal you have caught. So this player realistically is trying to catch octopus. Octopus are there, 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 and there. So the one that's of most value to him to get is that one, which requires 2 black and 2 blue cubes to be able to catch it. What he's done by going there, he's grabbed 2 of the black cubes. He needs to find a way to get to blue cubes before he gets to that island. The other option that he has, he could play a card and then play his anchor. What the anchor does is it keeps him on the island. But be aware, there is only 1 anchor tile available to you for the entire game. So once that's used, that has been used, you won't get another one. The order of play comes back to these cards. So in essence, everyone plays 1 card in front of them. Whoever has the barrel is the leader. So this person has led with the whale, which means that the next player must also choose one of the same suit if he has any, which he does. So he's now got the choice of either of these 3. The number is actually telling you how many of the directions are actually available. So 1 is only going to have 1 direction available. This player is here. He's looking for the sharks. He really does want to head south, or he wants to head down here. So if he played this one, notice none of this movement happens. So he would play that one in front of him, and then the 3rd player around must also place a whale tail. He only has the 1, so he has to play that one. What now happens, because this player has played the largest number, is he becomes the captain. So he gets the barrel, and that will make him the lead player for next turn. He now will move his boat, and he will come down here and grab those. He might actually grab the 2 black. So that was that card played. The person with the next highest number on suit is the leader with the 5. So he can come to here or here, and he will come south and pick up those 4. And then this player gets to go, and he will go this way because he's going to get nothing by going this way. He'll end up on open sea. And what he's looking for is to try and get that one. So he wants those 2 black. Once everyone has done their thing, they then come back to their cards and play again. That will go for 6 cards played, so you'll have 2 cards left in your hand. Those 2 cards will not get played. Once that's all happened, every card gets shuffled up, everyone gets dealt the 8 cards again, and we start again for a second round. Then we do a third round, and whoever has the most points at the end of the third round will win the game. If you find that you are here, and you have to play a card like this, which would send you that direction, you would stay on the same island, but you'd still get to pick up the goods or get the animal. On second time round, this one might play that card, which would allow him to come to here, and then he could pick up that black. And then on the third round, he might play that card, which would send him back here, and he can now trade in the 3 black cubes and 1 white cube for that card, which gets him 4 points at the end of the game, but also gets him another 3 points because he's picked up the shark. Those cubes then go back into the bag. Okay, that's all of the basics for this game. There are a couple of additional things in the rulebook that can be added in, depending on the level of the gamers and how much people want to think as they're playing. So the first thing that is an option is called the event cards. That is this deck. What happens with the event cards, you flip one of the cards over, and that lasts for an entire round. So you'll see 3 of these cards throughout the whole game. And what these do is, for example, the card that I've just flipped over says on the lowest on-suit navigation cards win the leader token. Sailing order is lowest to highest on-suit, then lowest to highest off-suit. If playing the monster variant, the highest on-suit card activates the monster. So what that's just done is change the order of which cards would be played. So if this player was the leader and he's led with that, the suit is the shark. Number 1 is going to be the lowest. So he's actually going to get to do his thing first. Then anyone else on the sharks going up through the numbers. And then we shift across to the offsuit ones. The other element that can come into the game is the monsters. So what the monsters do, they are little standees like this. They start on the island that pictures them. And what they do is the player who will be last in turn order will take the monster of the lead suit. So if this is the card that was led, we're talking about the shark. But the person who will be last in action order will move the shark. The shark can move in any direction by 1 spot. It won't stop on a empty space. If the shark happened to be here, he won't go that direction because that's an empty spot. He'll always stop on an island. And each of the monsters does something slightly different. The choice of when to do the thing can be before or after the movement. And what they do is the shark will eat a good, and that is take one of the elements from the island and put it onto the person who's actually moved the animal. The octopus has long arms, so what he will do is he will grab a cube from an adjacent island and bring it over to the island that he's on. Once again, this can happen before or after the movement. The sea dragon transforms goods. So if the sea dragon is here, you take all of one color, so he's chosen white, and replace it with all of another color. If there aren't enough of that color in the bag, then you just transform as many as there are in the bag and just leave the other ones as they were. And the last one is the whale, and he puts new goods onto the island. So you draw 3 random goods, choose one of them to place on the island where the whale is, and then keep going in a direction. It could be like that, or it could be like that. If you happen to hit an open space, then you stop putting goods and that one just goes back into the bag, but you must place at least 2 goods. So from where he is, he can't go north or south simply because he's surrounded by those open sea spots. Okay, I believe that is everything. There might be some minutiae stuff that I've missed in this Gamesplanation, but I'll try to catch it in the Gamesplay if it comes up, and we'll see how that goes. But look, have a look at the Gamesplay to get a feel for how the game actually plays and see if there's a game that you would appreciate and like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.